Hi guys. If you're just tuning in, I'm just bringing this up so I can share it a little bit before we get started. So please be patient. Just need to wait until a couple people tune in and I will share the live feed. Of course, it wants to run very, very slow. Okay. Okay, I need to share one more place. All right, so I like to make these real short and sweet because I like to wait until people tune in and people can watch the replay, because the shorter we keep it, the more attention span that I get to keep. So without further ado, we're going to get started. We're going to just close our eyes for a minute, take a deep breath, and enjoy the sound for just a moment. I'm going to take a moment just to say like a global prayer to bring us all together and unite us for just a moment. If you're just tuning in, please just get to your happy space and relax a moment. And I'd like to take a moment just to pray for the children. With everything going on right now, we ask that you watch over them and protect them. Keep them safe. I know in their hearts that they long to be out of the areas that they're in if they're in danger. Just let them know that they are safe and protected. Watch over them. Let the good guys win. Amen. That's it. Okay. So I pulled two cards this evening. One is the Lady of the Gift. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe you can see it. Good. The Lady of the Gift. She's generosity, receiving, and withholding. The Lady of the Gift is considered an ally, and she brings the message of tithing. To be your ally, she requires you to look at the nature and method of your giving to others. The world is your church, and you only need to distribute 10% of your wealth. And by wealth, I don't necessarily mean money. I mean your inner spirit. How giving is your inner spirit. That's your wealth. That's your true wealth. Because in the end, what you leave behind on this earth is not your wealth. What you take with you is how good you feel in your soul going forward about what it is that you have done to leave a footprint. Even though the tradition of tithing is material, in fact, the kind of tithing the lady asks you isn't tangible or material at all, it's spiritual. She's asking you to look at the human spirit as important in the divine scheme of things and show others that you believe in them. Pay attention to how you treat people. Be mindful of your perception. Be mindful of what you project. Seemingly poor strangers. If you see others as successful and abundant, and act as if you believe that they have value in life. You believe others have greater value than you could fathom. This alone guarantees our success in the long term. Remember that you can only keep what you're willing to give. So true. So true. Especially with tonight's message, with the spirit messages. So another card fell out when I was getting ready to do the presentation tonight. The altar priestess. Preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. The stage is set and the world is watching for us to take our place in our sacred meditation and prayer. The altar priestess brings us the ritual of reverent interaction with the mundane world. We are being required now to see everything as sacred, all of life as a meditation, and every action as a prayer of devotion. When you're able to perceive the world in this way, your question will lead you to the appropriate answer. If all is sacred, how can anything be wrong? Ask how you can shift your consciousness to see your circumstances through the eyes of the divine, and you will realize how perfect and sacred everything is right now. You know, these two cards, the Lady of the Gift and the Altar Priestess, generosity, receiving, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. You know, I just think it ties into tonight's message so well because, you know, the Lady of the Gift, it means that we all have spiritual gifts inside. We have the ability to manifest things beyond our wildest dreams. You know, that's the beauty of living in the part of Christ, is once you discover that inner being, it's beyond capabilities of what you're capable of doing. And the altar priestess just is trying to tell us to keep manifesting that and bring it to fruition to ourselves. Because that's what's most important right now with this great awakening that is going on. It is important for us to, one, take time for ourselves and step away from that mess, and two, to be able to drive our own vehicle, spiritually speaking, to take us to the destinations of where we want to go. Well, I will try to speak up. Have you tried turning the volume up? Let me try turning mine up, see what happens. I definitely don't want to mute. I do want to mute the ringer. Okay. So I'll try to speak up a little bit. Is that better? Good. All right. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. Hi, Karen. So tonight's message is, you know, I have to mention that, you know, I'm a trained hypnotherapist, recently graduated I think it's been about a year ago now. And so I'm just now starting to try to build my practice up. And a lot of people have a common misconception about hypnosis. They think, oh, it's bad. You shouldn't be doing it. Or, you're going to change people's minds and stuff like that. Well, what is mind control? What is MK Ultra versus hypnosis by a light worker? There's a light and dark to every side of things. There's, you have to be able to see that inner light in the person that is going to be doing sessions for you. If you don't feel comfortable with that person, you're going to know it right off the bat. You're going to know somebody that's very personable and down to earth. And the type of hypnosis that I do is, to help you lose weight, to help you quit smoking, to help you connect to that divine person that's within you, that the Bible even teaches us about. I mean, it's in Jesus. It's in all of Jesus's teachings. That spirit that is within you is what you need to find. That's the resurrection to me. That's what the resurrection means. Is you need to find that person within inside you, and be generous, be receiving. Don't be judgmental. Don't be all these things that this liberal agenda is teaching you right now. Okay, so I digress. Anyway, the message for tonight is savor the inner light. With all your science, can you tell me how it is and whence it is that the light comes into the soul? I think it's when you're first born and when you're going through the part of the resurrection. The Religious Society of Friends, known as the Quakers, speak of cultivating the inner light, the spark of divinity that each of us has. Quakers encourage us to approach God directly without need of ministers, priests, or gurus. And this right there is a very important line to me, because I was raised in the church, but did not pay attention in the church. It wasn't until I was much older, like within the past 4 years of this awakening that I've been going through, that my eyes have truly been open to not be religious according to what's preferred by society, so to speak. You find your own spiritual path. You drive your own vehicle. Remember that. Following the inner light is not only simple and practical, but can be mystical. Begin an inner light journal. This is a blank book that you can fill with activities and ideas and cultivate your inner light. Like, one of the ways I cultivate my inner light is I write. I find that if I'm typing, I don't do such a good job. But if I actually sit down with a pen and a paper and I mentally have the thought process of writing what it is I need to write, it just flows from this place that I don't even know where it comes from. Well, I do, but you know what I'm trying to say. So in this book, you could talk about how you cultivate your inner light. Do you go for a walk in the park? Do you go to the hiking range? Do you go to the creek? Do you go to the water? Do you like to draw? Do you read scriptures? Do you do art? There's many ways that we cultivate our inner light. Is it by going and visiting, a relative? And one of the things that you can do also is begin an inner light journal for your child. I think this is a very, very good thing for a parent to do, because one, I've already started one with my son, and I've been doing it ever since before I graduated college, I had started a little daily devotional type thing that I write in every day, and I put it in a leather binder, and he's like 8 right now, so I started this project when he was 6.5, 7. No, he was about 6.5. And so every day I would get up, and he started kindergarten, and he had a very bad experience, and we pulled him out and put him in homeschool. And so this is when I kind of started this journal, because he had learned some bad activities from his peers at school, and he was kind of showing some of those signs here at home. So I started this daily journal of kind of mindfulness for children, basically. And it's just wonderful, because daily he gets to get up, and now that he's reading, it's even better, because he gets to read them himself. And he, his teacher is wonderful. She is the best thing that I could ever imagine. She helps me so much with him, and she does a good job of homeschooling him. And she kind of helped me with the idea of putting this journal together. And I couldn't express how much I think that this child is going to enjoy this one. Not to think of it in this way, but like when my soul departs the earth, he's going to always have this to treasure, and I intend to do this throughout the years, is write him a little daily devotional, and that he reads every morning when he gets up. And see, I'm going to start crying. But anyway, record the activities that your child gravitates towards. Patterns and favorite skills will emerge in that journal. Share the journal with your child as they grow older, and begin searching for a vocation. So just find ways to show your inner light. Build upon your spirituality. Get back to your roots. You don't necessarily have to go to church. You can do it internally at home. You just need to spend time with yourself. Give yourself an hour every day that's just totally devoted to you. Just flat out devoted to you. If you can't do an hour, do it on the drive home from work. Turn the music on, turn it off. Listen to yourself. Listen to what's going on. Work out those thoughts. Sometimes it's not good to dwell in your thoughts, but sometimes it's also to face what's going on. So, that being said, I hope you guys have a good night, and thank you for tuning in. And please remember to share the message. The more you share, the more followers I get, and I will be sharing the YouTube stream. So hopefully we can build a YouTube stream out of it eventually. So if you can remember to share the YouTube stream, that would be great. All right, have a great night.